worthy of an F. I always say, if you're not giving me an A, give me an F. You giving me the worst grade in the world, worse than an F, is a D. Because with the D, even though we love the D over here, you know which D I'm talking about. But with the D, oh, my coffee looks so good.
It does. Compared to
That don't even look like coffee. That's not even coffee.
The way the whipped cream is running down the side of the coffee.
That is over.
The white stuff is run down the side of my face from time to time.
That looks really good.
That does look good.
That's my coffee.
It does look good.
If I drank coffee, I would drink that.
That looks like coffee.
Y'all hire clowns as if you were running a circus. So you get a circus and you hire clowns. Anyway, moving on.
Take it from the people who play cards for him. He be cheating.
No, I only cheat on Uno. Only Uno. Only Uno.
Uno, Tuno, Luno, he is a cheater.
If you cheat,
See, they say you probably look. He said you probably do
cheat.
cheat. He do.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm out of here. Bye.
OnlyFans so that you can look at the longer videos and you can go in the comfort of your own little room at the boarding house, rent it home, grab your little Albaline and smoke it out for as long as you want it, playing it over and over and over, the long videos of Malik's long peen, because you have an infatuation with his long peen. I am certain that at this point you want him to shove his long peen somewhere inside of your body. I'm just saying. The devil. And the devil was up here. Here he go. Here he go.
Y'all wasn't gonna make me the oldest one on here.
You did not send me a text, a link.
I did.
I do have
on
to
the
say,
flyer.
Ty, you were in the group chat on Instagram, whatever Instagram that was.
Wait, what? Kitty? Love you down. I don't have no problem with Kitty. I like Kitty. But Kitty girl. Kitty girl. Kitty girl. Kitty girl, we did not think he was nobody straight. Neither did we think he was nobody's top. At best, verse. If I stretch, maybe if I stretch, I might give you verse top. I'll stretch to give you verse top. But you do know that we had already deduced that you like to have spoons dipped into your sugar bowl, right? We had already. I mean, I don't think there's anybody. Even DeAndre, who professes that he's the top, and Archie, who professes that he's the top, they profess to be straight tops. You ain't gonna get me to believe that they had a spoon dipped into their sugar bowl every now and then. Like the least about JG.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one.
That's I did. I started.
Well, definitely what I like the most about David is
Y'all girls need to understand. Girl, you had a bust down. Girl, y'all had a one night stand. Y'all got drunk one day. Y'all had a one night stand. It was good that night because you was drunk. Probably if you was sober, you gonna be like, girl, this wasn't even that good. But girl, you was drunk as fuck or coked out or a combination of the two of them. Whatever the fuck y'all do down there to the LA. Y'all had a good bust down. It was what it was. You should have kept it moving. Hey people, hey, I am coming. I'm just getting my coffee together and I will be on camera once I am done getting my coffee in order. It is the first silly Saturday of the year. The first silly Saturday of the year. And we're gonna have a great time. I got my stories together. I barely made it, but I made it. We here. And we're gonna make it happen. What's up, everybody? Hey Tracy, yeah, you better get in here before you get this good 30-page essay. We're gonna talk about that today, of course. Hey MVN Boo. What's good, sweetheart? What's going on? What's good, sweetheart? Jason, how are you, sir? How's the weather out there in Arizona while you're making the rest of us jealous because it was like 20 something degrees this morning here. Hey, Cams, boo. Hey, boo. Hey, Nicole Stevens. Hey, boo. Little baby, my love. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Glad y'all are here. All right, give me just 1 second. 1 sec. Bada boom. Here we are. Listen, y'all. I am extremely tired. I mean, it may have something to do with the fact that I got in at 7:30 this morning because I was out in them streets. I was in them streets last night. I was listen. We was outside last night. Hey, Monk Chip, boom. So then I got up. I went to bed, took a quick shower, went to bed. I had to get up at 10 o'clock and rush through getting the dossier in order. But we here, y'all. We got here. The dossier is intact. Palette cleansers are intact. That might still be alcohol running through my system from last night. Hey, Monk Chip, boom. Hey, Patty Duke, boom. Oh, I was being real grown last night. Nicole Stevens, real grown. Real grown. But y'all, we are here. We are here. And let me see if the coffee is doing what needs to be done. Let's see here. Ooh, child, let's see here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I can always tell if it's gonna be a good one if the coffee is extra good. Extra good. Shondo to everybody. Put another Shondo in the chat, everybody. Put another Shondo in the chat if you would, ladies and gentlemen. You a hot tea I'm allergic to tea. I'm the only person who I've ever met that's allergic to tea. I'm allergic to tea leaves. So I don't even do like the powdered tea because I'm assuming that there are tea leaves in the powdered tea. I don't know, but I don't even take that chance because I'm allergic. Hey, Janae, boom. Shondo, everybody. Shondo to you and yours in and about the chat. Listen, y'all. Ooh. I am tired. Ooh. And fatigued. But we gonna get it done. Like only we can. Like only we can. Y'all ready to get this show on the road? Y'all ready to get this show on the road? Put a Shondo in the chat. If you're ready to get this show on the road, put a Shondo in the chat. First one of the 2023, and we're gonna start it off good. The first one of 2023. Let me take down the overlay so we can see. Oh, I forgot to set this up, didn't I? Every time I always forget to set this up. Lord Jesus. 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 Y'all forgive me. I forgot to set this up. I sure forgot to set this up. I was supposed to already have it set up. Jesus. Jesus. I apologize for these technical difficulties. You think we would start off better in 2023? the more things change, the more they stay the same. Just saying. So anyway, let me get and stupid StreamYard. I have to do StreamYard on multiple computers in order to make this party go. And stupid StreamYard is making me put this passcode in. So now I got to put in my email address, go check my email, look for the passcode. It's a whole ordeal over here that I should have already had done. My bad. My fault. Forgive me. I told y'all I got like 2 hours of sleep last night. Well, not last night, this morning. Two. Two. So yeah. So we just barely making it. Hey, Quintessential. Hey, Budgets, Ways. Hey, China White. Y'all right on time. We just about to get this party started. Y'all are right on time. Y'all ain't missed nothing. Y'all ain't missed nothing. Oh, Shondo to everybody as you come in the room. Shondo to everybody as you come in the room. All right. So let's do this. Let's share our screen. You getting you some crab legs? Monk Chip. You gonna make me go get some crab legs, Monk Chip. You gonna make me go get some crab legs. You gonna make me go get some crab legs. So let me so okay. It should be sharing the screen. God. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what's happening. Oh, okay. There it is. There it is. All right. We are ready. So, all right, we're ready. My computer's going really slow today. I don't know what's happening. Why is it not sharing the screen? That's interesting. Am I having technical difficulties? Let me check. Now, it's not the computer this time. Well, it may be that old computer, but this computer, I got a new computer. So this computer, it works beautifully. It's fast. I don't have no issues with it, but it might be that old computer. What is happening? Okay. Hold on, y'all. All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We're going to make this happen. Damn computer trying to embarrass me. This is so disrespectful. Trying to embarrass me. All right. Let's see if that works. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom, bam. We ready. Knew we would get. All right. All right, y'all. The first one. I can't eat crab anymore. Almost took me out New Year's Day. Oh no. That's so unfortunate. All right, y'all. All right. Let's start. Yeah, we in here. We in here. We in here. All right, we ready. Now it's time for What are your favorite segments? And mine. Every segment we always say is one of our favorite segments. Hey Harold, you right on time. We just getting started. Just getting started, Harold. Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you may be. All right, we about to get started. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Put another Shondo in the chat that we got through all our technical difficulties. Shondo's to you and yours. Shondo's in and about the chat. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we back. We here. We done made it happen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be throughout the globe. I know a lot of people watch the replays, so whatever time of day it is, I will greet you. All right. Time for our segment, the ABCs. And what does the ABC stands for? You know, a bitch can't. Stories that we saw the headlines and we said, nope, can't do it, won't do it, don't have the brain capacity, don't have the energy to do it. A bitch just can't. A bitch just can't. All right. Here's the first one. I can't. Nope. Nope. Can't do it. Won't do it. And you're not gonna make me do it. You can't make me. I can't. Because see the way I'm set up, dealing with first of all, the cooter which stopped me at the front door. But then this cooter descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Nope. 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 A bitch just came. In other ABC news, nope. Not doing. I'm not taking the bait. We're not going to even speak his name. He might as well be Voldemort. Isn't that the name that you're not supposed to say in Harry Potter? Hastings, girl. Not even touching it. Can't do it. I don't have any more energy for this young man. No more energy. I won't devote any more energy to him. I don't have the brain capacity. I just can't. I just can't. What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? Hey, Mr. Pisces, what's going on? That light skinned woman was Iggy Azalea telling y'all she's about to start her OnlyFans. But what do y'all want me to do with this? I don't know what y'all want me to do with this right here. Because I can't do a goddamn thing. In more ABC news. Nope. Saw this story, saw the whole interview, not doing it. Nope. 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 No. No means no, and yes means no. Please be clear. You and your R. Kelly fantasies or whatever you got going on over there. Mm-mm. 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 Nope. 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 I just can't do it. I watched the interview too. And after watching it, don't want no parts of it. Can't do it. And in more ABC news, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Oh, Jesus. I can't. Oh, oh, oh God. Oh, good morning, Xavier. Good morning, my love. Yep. Please tell me this is the last of our ABCs. Sham. All right. And now it's time to go in the dossier. Now, the dossier this morning is kind of light. However, the sugar spike segment is jam packed. We got a lot going on in the sugar spike segment. All right, let's dive into the dossier. All right, so for the first story in the dossier, we got a video. So let me play this video for y'all. Because for the first story in the dossier, there's a video involved. All right, here's the video. 1, 2, 3, go.
Released of NFL star Odell Beckham Jr. the day he was removed from a flight out of Miami. Police body camera video shows the moments when officers addressed Beckham after flight attendants say the star receiver refused to follow instruction. Local 10's Glenna Milberg is live at Miami International Airport with the exclusive. Glenna.
Flight 1228 to LA is what the flight was when all this incident happened. This was Thanksgiving weekend, and in the following days, Team OBJ tried to set the narrative for the news reports that came, but this police body-worn camera that we've obtained, this is a real-time look under the curtain of that spin. Miami-Dade officers called to the departing flight knew which passenger the crew was calling belligerent, not buckling up. NFL wide receiver Odell Beckham was on the phone.
Can I speak to you for a second?
9:30 that Sunday morning after Thanksgiving, Beckham said he was sleeping hard, tired from traveling, told the crew he'd been clubbing.
You know how many times we've shaken him to put his seatbelt on and he didn't respond?
If you don't want him to fly, that's a decision that you guys are going to have to make. Unfortunately, it's not our decision.
To officers, Beckham downplays the actions that prompted the captain to return to the gate and order him off the plane. He stays seated, learning his actions will force everyone else to deplane.
We're going to have to deplane everybody on this plane, and then you're still going to get off. That's fine.
Beckham watched and was on his phone while everyone around him had to pack up and get off. When one of them said something, he unloaded. In a police powwow down the aisle,
It's on them. I mean, it's on them.
officers forecast the finger-pointing and media circus to come.
Once I got everybody off, if he then refuses, then he's subject to trespass after warning. If not, if I can get him off peacefully.
They finally escorted him off solo, first reporting he seemed sick. His attorneys first blamed the crew. He himself later tweeted, "Comedy hour," though the body-worn cameras never did show anyone laughing. American Airlines had decided to deny him reboarding, deny him rebooking. We're not quite sure how he got to LA, but all the other passengers did reboard and they left about 2 hours late. I'm Glenna Milberg, live at the airport in Miami tonight, Local 10 News.
Now, what they didn't show you in the video was when he called one of the passengers getting off, he called them fat and said, "Enjoy the cheese board on the way home with your ugly ass." These are the things that he was saying to people on his way out of the plane. Now, here's my thing. Let me tell you something. As a frequent flyer, as someone who, what did he do? When they were trying to take off, they kept asking him, "Sir, we need you to fasten your seatbelt. We need you to fasten your seatbelt." Hell, even the flight attendants got to fasten their goddamn seatbelts when you taking off. Odell Beckham said, "Bitch, do you know who the fuck I am? I'm OBJ. I ain't got to fasten my seatbelt." To which the flight attendant said, "Hey, boo, yes, you do." He said, "You don't see me on the phone? You don't know who the fuck I am?" She said, "Sir, we cannot take off until you buckle your seat, fasten your seatbelt." That's federal law. What do you want from me? I want you to realize that I'm OBJ. I ain't got to do that. You see my feet up. You see I'm over here comfortable in my first class seat. You better leave me the fuck alone. Sir, this is my last time. Now I asked you 23 times. I ain't gonna ask you no more. You can keep asking. It ain't gonna happen. All right, Captain. We got somebody that's not willing to fasten a seatbelt. No worries. We won't be going nowhere. Now, OBJ, if you wanted those type of amenities where you ain't have to be bothered with all the money you got, why you ain't flying in a private jet? Why you over here flying on American Airlines with the rest of us common folk with all your money? Sir, sir. Because when the lady say, bitch, you got to put on a goddamn. And so that means everybody on board had to unboard. They had to take their luggage. First of all, if you fly as much as I do, you know the boarding and unboarding process can each time take about 45 minutes. It could take you 45 minutes to board, 45 minutes to unboard. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And so now all us got to unboard because you don't want to fasten your fucking seatbelt. Bitch, I'm cussing your motherfucking ass out the whole way out. Bitch, when I find out you are the reason, bitch, I'm going slap off for the old, new, past, present, beginning, in Genesis to Revelations. Right. We got places to be. We got connecting flights and all kinds of shit. People got shit going on. And you who don't want to fasten your seatbelt, and that's the reason all of us got to get off this plane. So you know they all had to take this 30 to 45 minute time to onboard. Then they had to take him off. Then they had to go back through and check the plane and do all that other stuff. You're talking about an hour to an hour and a half because now they got to reboard, which is another 30 to 45 minutes. So you're talking about hour and a half to 2 hours. All because you didn't want to take 3 seconds to fasten your fucking seatbelt and get off the phone. Not only you see he's on the phone, not only is his seatbelt fastened, he's on the fucking phone. Everybody knows if you flying commercial, bitch, you got to turn off the fucking phone. They're gonna tell you. Now I don't never put my phone in airplane mode. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I've never put my phone in airplane mode on any flight I've ever taken. I'm not gonna even lie. I just put my earphones in and don't be bothered. But you can be actively on the phone while we taking off talking to people and thinking that's gonna go right for you. But it gets better. Oh, we ain't done yet. So bruh says yesterday, he decided because a lot of this stuff started to come out yesterday. The body cam footage came out, I think, Wednesday or so. So yesterday, he had a lot to say because people would lighten his ass up as they should. So he took to social media because he said, oh no, you're not going to light me up. Do you know who I am? So here's what he wrote on his social media, on his Twitter. Quote, can't address everything in this world. It's exhausting. Everybody got an opinion on situations they were involved in. All you can do is know who you truly are. Purell only kills 99.9% of germs. There's always going to be a little left over. What this vague allegory tweet means, I don't know. He continued saying, the one thing that no matter how much I've grown is still the hardest thing for me to do is let someone play with my name, period. For those that know me, you know exactly how I am. I really be cooling. But if you press that button and bring a certain energy, do not be surprised when you get the same energy back. We all looking like, bro, we don't know what the fuck you talking about in these fucking tweets. Your ass is the person wrong. And nobody was bothering you. You was bothering us. Should have fought private. But he continued on tweeting. I know who I am, period. All the rest and opinions really don't matter to me. Finally, The last part of his tweet says, "Have a blessed day and enjoy the cheese board." Now I told you he picked at one of the passengers that was getting off and said to him, called him fat and told him enjoy the cheese board on the way home with your ugly ass. The article was wrong. They just showed the body cam footage. That was the body cam footage from the police. We watched it just now. And when we watched it, he walked right on. They walked right up on him, the police. And what was he doing when the police walked up on him? On the phone, legs up in the air. We ain't make that up. It was right there in plain view. Just saying. Just that. You cannot defend this man. Listen. If you are a multimillionaire, as you said, Xavier, thotting and bopping, you should have flew private. You should have flown a private airplane. But if you're gonna fly commercial, boo, you got to do what the rules are for commercial flying. You got to obey the commercial flight rules, which means, bitch, you can't be on your fucking phone when we taking off. Bitch, you got to fasten your seatbelt. You can't expect to get the luxuries and amenities of being on a private jet on commercial American Airlines. CTE has set in. CTE. Now, from what I understand, he's still a free agent. Nobody wanted to pick him. Let me look this up. I think he got dropped from his last team, which was the Rams, I believe, and now he's a free agent. Let me see. Odell, let's see. I think he's a free agent right now. Mm-hmm. That's what it says. Nobody wants him. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, right now he's not on the team. He's a free agent right now. It makes sense. He hasn't made a commitment because he said, "Oh, I only want to play for a contender." Contenders, sir, have people who follow the rules and fall in line. That's why you keep seeing him going from team to team, because what the insiders are saying is he's a malcontent, he's a malfeasant, he's a miscreant, and someone who doesn't want to obey these people's rules. Now, if you wanted to allow yourself to be on the plantation, you got to govern yourself by the plantation rules. If you wanted to do something else, you shouldn't have been on a plantation. You should have went and played in the NBA. You should have went and played for an MLB. But you going down to the plantation that is the NFL, they don't play this fuck shit. You cannot go over here knowing what these people do and think that you're going to have it your way. That's what happened on the airplane. You know, the airplane, the people tell you got to fasten your seatbelt and get off the phone, and you thought you was going to be able to do it your way. You go on these people's team thinking, oh, I could do anything, say anything, and they just going to want me anyway. Boo-boo. These people are racist and non-conforming to whatever you want them to do. I have no understanding. Anyway, that's Odell Beckham Jr., apparently Xavier's baby daddy. Child, he gives me that it ain't as big as you would like it to be. He really gives me that. But child, it ain't the one, if y'all remember, he was telling the girls who he would flued out that he didn't want them to bathe and he didn't want them to wipe their ass and he wanted them to shit on him. Remember when that story came out a few years ago? He was like, oh, don't bathe for 5 days. Don't wipe your ass and all kinds of shit. Remember, literally shit. Remember that? They say he was in the scat play and all of that. Child, a mess. I mean, I guess he ain't getting having girls flued out no more. I guess either they flying with him or they ain't coming. Child, that wasn't no rumor. Child, the girls were verifying. A lot of the groupie skanks was right there verifying. I'm just saying, you can't protect this man. Speaking of other people in the news, Evan Peters won the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Drama series in the limited series. However, comma, he's coming under fire. Why? I'm glad you asked. So apparently, the mother of one of the victims, and probably the victim who we all probably felt the most for, Tony Hughes. If you remember, I think it was episode 6. Tony was the victim that was deaf, and the one who Dahmer actually really liked. And you watched that episode, and you became so enamored with him, and you embraced him so, only to find out that he ends up killing Tony, and it broke your heart, and it was so hard to watch. Anyway, and remember, what's my girl name who played Kanisha on Lean on Me, and she played Charmaine on the Cosby Show. She played Tony's mom. Well, the real and her name is, what was her name? I just had her name. Hold on. Her name is Shirley Hughes. Shirley Hughes has come out and said, and she has comments about it, just like a lot of the victims' families have had about it. So, in comments provided to TMZ, Tony Hughes' mother, Shirley, said that she hoped Evan Peters would have mentioned the families impacted by Dahmer's crimes during his acceptance speech at the show earlier this week. She also said that she hopes Hollywood would stop making shows and movies about real-life serial killers, which undoubtedly has an impact on the families of victims. Now, I can't, here's her exact quote. There's a lot of sick people around the world, and people winning acting roles from playing killers keeps the obsession going, and this makes people sick. This makes sick people thrive on the fame. It's a shame that the people can take our tragedy and make money. The victims never saw a cent. We go through these emotions every day. I'm here for it, because Evan Peters, you knew after this came out, you saw some people were captivated, some people were sickened by it. And I think that, like Shirley Hughes said, you owed it to those victims to say, I will speak their names, because an atrocity did happen. These were real people who had real lives that were cut short, and we can't just go and clap and celebrate. But there are the family of these victims that are still there. I do think he should have devoted a part of his speech to recognizing those victims. Also, I do think the Netflix and the Ryan Murphys of the world could have broke these people off as well, because y'all are using these people's names. They're using real names. Y'all are using people's names. Y'all are using people's stories. So y'all could have broke them off a little chunk of it. That miniseries made tens of millions of dollars. Okay? I'm just saying. She ain't wrong. She is not. And you know, it's sick, twisted, and sadistic ass people in this country that will look at this thing and they'll try to copy it. They'll see this story and they'll say, oh, he had a whole movie made about him when he died. After he because of what he did, I can be famous. People could be knowing who I am well after I died. People love that kind of sick shit. A mess. A mess. And if Evan Peters didn't do it, like I said, Ryan Murphy could have said something about it. Maybe when he was on the red carpet talking about the series and things like that, he never brought it up. They could have donated some. I ain't even said they had to donate all of it, but they could have donated a portion of the profits that they make, because they made tens of millions of dollars off of this. They could have donated a part of that to some charity, to the victims' families. I'm just saying. And you got to understand, this is probably the most horrific event that happened in these people's lives. And to have it replayed and retold over and over and over, I, those of us who have a lot to say, we wouldn't be able to deal with that. So how do we expect the victim's family to deal with that? I'm just saying. Shirley Hughes was dead right. Dead right. In more Golden Globe news, our girl Shirley Ralph, in addition to celebrating her Founders Day yesterday for Delta Sigma Theta, she's come under fire. On the red carpet, she was asked by one of the reporters, what would you tell 15-year-old Shirley Ralph? And she went in. Mama said, I would tell her, I'm going to basically paraphrase. She basically said, I would tell myself that you are beautiful. You are good. Your nose is not too big. Your skin is not too dark. And then there was a part where she says, your lips aren't too big. As a matter of fact, later on, women like Kim Kardashian, women like the Kardashians will pay $10,000 or more to get lips like yours. She wasn't lying. However, white people across America had a problem with it. White people across America said, how dare you call out the Kardashian skanks and other skanks across the fruited plains that do exactly what it is you said? Because I'm trying to figure out where the lie was. You asked the woman what would she tell her 50-year-old self. She told you, now y'all mad. The Kardashian skanks go and do everything they can to look like black women. And when a black woman calls it out, y'all mad at the black woman for calling it out. Girl boom. Girl boom. Okay. Baby, she said what the fuck she said. She ain't taking it back. Y'all got a problem. I'll be over here being Barbara on Abbott Elementary if you need me. Because y'all over here celebrating bitches that don't have a talent the first. Can't sing, can't act, can't do nothing. Can't even fuck good. Because if you look at that sex tape with Ray J, all you did your ass was lay the fuck there and go, bitch, you didn't even throw it back good. Bitch, you didn't even give good sloppy toppy. What are your available talents? Just in case somebody did not hear it, let me play the audio for you. If there just happens to be somebody who did not hear it, let me play the audio for you.
What would you want to tell your 15-year-old self right now on this carpet? You're talking to my 15-year-old self. There's nothing wrong with your nose. There's nothing wrong with the shade of your skin. There is nothing wrong with the way your hair grows out of your head. And there is certainly nothing wrong with your lips, because there will be some people called Kardashians and they will pay $10,000 for your lips. Hang in there, 15-year-old Shirley Ralph. You're good.
I'm still trying to figure out where's the problem. Where's the inaccuracy? Where's the inaccuracy? Where are the lies? Sounds pretty accurate to me. I'm just saying. we're all searching for the lie. But baby, the Twitter and the people got upset. Shirley Ralph tweeted out, I said what I said. Now I'm going to bed. Good night. Gather the people. Gather them. Gather them. I ain't mad at it. I don't have the before and after pictures of them because I don't pay attention to those whores. I don't feature those whores. When you put all of the it's too many K's, I think of KKK, so I don't feature them. These whores, speaking of people always in the goddamn news, and I'm sick of them. They about to be on the same. They about to be the next time I got to see them. They're gonna be on the A Bitch Came. So the update is these people said, "Oh, we done lawyered up, and if they try to fire us, we gonna sue them for wrongful termination." And what did ABC do? ABC News do after that said, "Here's your pink slip. We've done our investigations. Thank you all for coming. Please drive safely." Now, here's my question. No, Team TJ. In most workplaces, the people down to the HR or people operations, whatever you want to call it, put a 27 in the chat. If you work, somebody I remember, one of my subscribers told me they work HR or people operations. If you work HR or people operations, put a 27 in the chat. But in most places of employment, commingling and fraternization between co-workers is frowned upon, and is in a lot of employee handbooks said you can't be around here having whole relationships with somebody you work with unless you tell them, unless you report it to HR or people operations. You got to fill out this form. You got to let it be known, because the reason we don't want this to happen is we can't have y'all in the middle of the workplace kissing, fondling, hugging, holding each other, because it's unprofessional and inappropriate, and we might look at it and think it's sexual harassment. So just so that we don't confuse sexual harassment and a real relationship, we need to know whether or not y'all are together. And in a lot of cases, if you are together, y'all ain't doing all of that stuff while you're at work. We just need to know. So if we see y'all after somebody tell us that y'all was doing something after work, we say, oh yeah, we already knew. So if that's the case, no, there's a difference, Xavier. There's a difference between letting people know you're dating and filing it with HR. That's a whole different story, because HR can say it's rumor. We don't involve ourselves in rumor and conjecture. But in a lot of places, sure, a lot of the coworkers say, "Girl, you know they fucking." You see how they looking at each other. You see how they kissing. We already know. But when HR has to get involved, and HR goes through the record, see what they do is they're gonna handle their people. If they don't fire these people, ABC has scores of lawyers. They have a whole team of lawyers that have already combed through the contracts, the employee handbooks, and all of that. And they said, oh, according to this clause right here, they're up for termination. Thank you for coming. Please drive safely. I'm just saying. Now, this is not new for TJ Holmes. TJ Holmes been slinging dick from news desks, from the ABCs to the NBC. Why did he work for NBC? No, he was working for CNN at first. Then he went down to the BETs in Salon. He was slinging dick down in Atlanta at CNN. He was slinging dick down to the BET in DC. Now he's slinging dick in New York down to ABC's Good Morning America. Just slanging dick all over the place. Dick. In newsrooms, all up and down the fruited plains, slanging dick. You didn't think you eventually, child. The hubris of it all. Here's the deal. If you did not disclose this relationship to HR or people operations, they, in most professional settings and in most companies, maybe they can say, thank you for coming, please drive safely. Right. Because with all of this going on, thank you, little baby, the spouses ain't even know. So Xavier, you talk about, yeah, everybody do. It was wide open. They was not wide open because the spouses ain't even know. Technically, if you want to go, if you're married, technically that's grounds for divorce if you're cheating on your spouse without their spouse's consent. And since a marriage is a legal contract between two people, that's technically illegal because you're violating a contract between two people, which is what a marriage license gives you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look at Xavier talk about why would the spouses need to know. Child. Why? Thank you, little baby. It was like 2 or 3 of them. TJ Holmes. Now I saw TJ Holmes in October. Did you see him at homecoming, little baby? I saw him at homecoming. He did not look good, baby. He's not the old T. He certainly don't look as good as he did back on the CNN days or when he was on BET. But now he's much older, and he was looking real. He was looking real frail. He had the little gray going on, that little S curl thing he had going on. He was not attractive. I looked at him and I said, they must paint him with copious layers of makeup to make him look like he did. Because when you looked at him and walked up on him, and real face of it, like I walked up on him, he was not attractive. And I've always loved me some TJ Holmes. Listen, I was a real TJ Holmes fan, baby. But it was like, child, this age hasn't done you well. I guess that's what happened when you shove your meat in a whole bunch of white women. That whiteness starts to seep in, and you age well. The black starts to crack. Anyway, moving forward. Colorism, Keisha. Light skin Keisha. I haven't had to say colorism, Keisha, since I was reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Colorism, Keisha. Dear God above. So, where's my story? Oh, here she go. So, colorism, Keisha. Dripping your Chico stick in a white woman's sugar bowl. Why dipping your spoon in this white woman's sugar bowl over and over and over takes a toll on it. Child. You better say it again, Xavier. Anyway, so colorism, Keisha wants y'all to know she ain't had no Brazilian butt lift. Hey, Yana Boo. She said, my shit is real. Y'all think y'all know so much. So, here's how this went down. Colorism, Keisha, with the situation. On Wednesday, Colorism Keisha took to Twitter admiring her butt, and her body said, my booty is so big, OMG. To which someone replied, hey, Tanya, boo. To which someone replied, quote, yeah, you got the best BBL in the game. Colorism Keisha clapped right on back and said, where's the proof I got a BBL at? I'm so interested because y'all swear y'all know something. LMAO. She then went on to say further, I've never said I didn't get surgery. I said I didn't get a BBL, and that's a fact. LMAO. Why y'all be so mad and about to bust a blood vessel trying to tell me what the fuck I did? End quote. A fan then responded, you've been thick since middle school. Folks just be mad. To which she responded, exactly. She then went on to say, this is colorism, Keisha. I'm currently in the gym trying to work out so this big ass booty of mine can go down a little bit. I don't need my ass to grow no more. To which To which one of the people responded, not you having these cyber surgeons in an uproar. How can anyone tell you about your body? LMAO. She then responded, right. They real mad at it. They real mad, ain't it? Because let them tell it. They was in the doctor's office with me. I'm not gonna keep going. I don't really care what colorism Keisha has going on. I don't care colorism Keisha. I do not care about your Brazilian butt lift. I don't care about your breast implants. I don't care about whatever augmentation you have. While you was out here getting the augmentation, you probably should have got some bleaching treatments if you're gonna go around calling yourself light skinned Keisha. Because last time I checked, you ain't light skinned. This should have been in ABCs because I can't. And probably your favorite. So I wanted to get the audio. I just didn't have time. If I would have tried to screen grab the audio from this, screen grab the video, I can probably play the audio from this, but I don't have the video. Y'all want to hear the audio? Okay, I'm gonna give you the audio. Let me give you the audio. All right. Hold on. Let me give you the audio. This one came via Tracy Chappelle. I don't know where Tracy is. Tracy's gonna have a 8,000 word essay. Tracy, I don't know what. She better be in the bushes, because if she ain't in the bushes, Tracy knows she gonna get it. She gonna get it. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. So I think no, little baby. Wait, who? Yeah, I think it was Tracy that gave us this, or Quinnis. No, who gave us this story, y'all? It was Tracy. It was Tracy. All right. So let me play the audio for y'all so y'all can hear this judge. So this is in the YSL case. So the judge who was trying to get jurors, and somebody, instead of giving somebody 20 days in jail for refusing to do jury duty, he decided to give them a 30-page paper. Here's the audio. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm going to commute the 20 days. And hold on. Hold on. Let me start over. What I'm going to do is, in order for you to satisfy your contempt, I'm going to commute the 20 days and require you to write a 30-page paper on the importance of jury service. Here's the criteria. You have to do APA style. You're going to have to use at least 10 primary sources, 10 secondary sources. You'll talk in a minimum, and I'll write this in the order. You'll have an order. You'll have it before you leave here today. You're gonna write at a minimum, the history of jury service, who could not serve on a jury, because that's very important, because years ago, people that look like us couldn't serve on juries. It was prohibited. I want you to talk about jury service in Georgia. What I want to do is, in order for you to... So that's what he told her. Now, this is Uncle Phil, the real life Uncle Phil, clearly, because he showed it like Uncle Phil. Anyway, Mama tried to get out of jury duty, and she got caught and was found in contempt of court, which is 20 days in jail. And he said, listen, my black sister, I ain't going to let you go to jail. I'm not going to put you in that. However, comma, you're going to have to write this good essay. I need a 30-page essay. It needs to be in APA format. Baby, I need a works cited page and everything. I need citations and all. And for those of us who have ever been to grad school, now undergrad, you don't have as many papers in undergrad. But in grad school, your whole life is papers. That's all you do in grad school is write papers. Like, I don't care what discipline you're in. Even the sciences, even the arts, you're going to write tons of papers. Listen, let me tell you something. So, don't he look like Uncle Phil? The real Uncle Phil? Baby, he said, girl, I'm not here for it. Girl, write this good paper. Because us black people ain't even had a right to serve on the jury. And you out here playing these reindeer games, I ain't got time for it. Baby, run me my essay. Y'all know I'm here for this. This is all me right here. I'm just saying. Run me my ass, Sam. Listen. Nobody uses MLA after high school. Like colleges that use MLA as opposed to APA, you need to go and check their accreditation because just about 90 to 95% of the colleges across the Fruited Plains use APA format. I'm just saying, I would check the accreditation of that college because after high school, nobody uses MLA. I'm just being honest. But the works cited won't count toward the 30. I'm just saying. Anyway, I found this very humorous. This is me. I would do some shit like that. But see, right, Jason, the punishment isn't the 30 pages. The punishment is getting this shit in APA format. That's the shit. That's the punishment. Child. Listen, I still to this day that have people that come to me to write papers for them. Now I'm gonna charge you a comfortable pretty penny, but I've written a lot of pages, a lot of papers for a lot of people. Hell, I basically did somebody's whole master's program. They paid me a whole lot of money, but I did basically every paper they ever did in their whole master's program besides one, and they got a whole degree. They paid me a whole lot of change. I ain't gonna disclose the amount, but it was a lot of money. I'm just saying. That's a lucrative business, though. If I had the time to do it, you could really make that be an entrepreneur and make that a full-time job writing papers for people, but they will pay a pretty penny. Like I know people, some of my friends who have done whole dissertations for people, and they charge insane amount. Excuse me, they charge insane amounts. I ain't making this up. Like you can, I ain't gonna tell y'all the amount, but go look it up. It's a lot. It's a lot. And we ain't talking about no couple $100s. So, you know what? When I read this from Xavier, it upsets me because there are those of us who grew up at a time where there was no option like this. Well, baby, you had to go and work out your own soul salvation. You had to go buy the book from the bookstore that taught you the APA or MLA formatted, and you had to go study all of the different cases. If you do this type of citation, do it this way. If you do that type of citation, do it this way. Do these are the rules. Remember the rules was two spaces after a period, one after a comma, and now y'all Generation Z kids are so spoiled. Y'all don't know the fits of having to, you'll never know. You'll never know. You'll never understand. Y'all spoiled ass little kids. Spoiled ass. That's why y'all so sickly now. That's why y'all so easily offended now, because y'all done had a posh, cushiony life. I sound like the old guy saying, get off my lawn. Weak Generation Zers. A mess. And our good news for the day. Our good news today. The city of Boston, one of the racist cities, one of the most racist cities in America, believe it or not. They dedicated a statue yesterday, and that statue is the one that you see on the bottom right. That statue was unsheathed yesterday, and the arms. At first, I looked at the arms. I was like, "Well, what is it?" And it wasn't until I found out that it meant something. So it's the embrace of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. And this is when he found out he won the Nobel Peace Prize. And somebody took a picture of them when he found out, and that was the embrace that they had when he found out that he won when he and his wife found out that they won the Nobel Peace Prize. So, not a bronze chicken wing. It took me a while to even realize it was arms at first. I was like, what is this? I said, girl. Harold, I looked at it. I was like, because if somebody's looking at it, they're not going to even know this has anything to do with Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. I feel like they should have at least had the bust. You know what I'm saying? So at least show their upper torso doing the embrace. Then we could have got into it. But you're just showing us these arms. And somebody walking up to this looking like, okay, what is this? Like, girl. Like, I see what you were going for, but the execution. I see what you were going for. Somebody could lie and say that's white people arms, for all we know. So y'all are, while we want to applaud Boston for making a statue, a monument for Martin Luther King, is this another case of y'all refusing to put black faces out there? I'm just saying. Y'all just didn't want to put these beautiful black people's faces on this bronze statue, pay an extra couple $100, $1,000, I should say. I'm just saying. You know what, IMC Brown? This is why you're a part of my subscribership. This is why you were here, IMC Brown, because you think like I think sometimes. Just a mess. From a different angle, it looks like somebody grabbing it. Y'all are cutting up in this comment section. I gotta be on for something to interpret it correctly. It's giving Buffalo medium. You know what? Then they said it looks like something totally different from the back. See, a mess. Y'all are a mess. But I mean, we applaud y'all for trying to do something to commemorate the legendary, the iconic Dr. Martin Luther King and his wife Coretta Scott King. However, you better say it, Jason. You better say it. Xavier, Boston has a heralded history of racism, discrimination, and bigotry. I mean, listen, there is no shortage of history of Boston and what they had going on. I'm just saying. But it's 20 feet high. The statue is 20 feet high, and it's called the Embrace. Xavier, you should go take a picture by it and send it to us. Yeah. Go take a picture by it, Xavier, and send it to us. At some angles, it can look a little X-rated. You know what? Oh, God. Y'all are silly. Oh, and now we get to our sugar spike. Oh, wait, I got to put my people up, right? If I'm gonna say sugar spikes, sugar spike, 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 sugar spike.
Holy Ghost will tell you, don't wait at the church. You can wait at the beach. Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Taste the biscuits. Oh. Taste the biscuits. All right. So, and we got a lot of sugar spikes today. I'm just letting you know that now. All right, we're just gonna dive right in the deep end. We're just gonna dive right in the deep end. So, if you haven't heard this story yet, hold on. Let me pull up everything I need. Where am I at? Where's my story? Where is my story? I should be able to find all my stuff right here. No, that's not my story. Where's my freaking story? Hold on, y'all. Where's my story? All right. So most of you have probably already heard some of the details of this story. But if need be, we will if you haven't, we'll go through some of the details now. It is it's more of the same. It's absolutely more of the same. This is Keenan Anderson. Keenan Anderson, who was an English teacher. When I heard this story, I said to myself, not that I haven't said it before, but when I saw this story, I immediately thought of myself as an English teacher, a black male English teacher. I'm not going to show the video, so don't worry. Basically, he had an encounter with the LAPD, and now there was a traffic accident. The police came out, and this man ends up dead. They tased him for more than 30 seconds, and then they tased him again after that. He goes to the hospital, goes into cardiac arrest, and dies. Yeah. This is in Los Angeles. This is the LAPD. This young man, he's an English teacher. He's a father. This happens in the middle of the street with traffic rolling by and all, like in the middle of the street, traffic driving by and all. They killed him. That's the long and short of it. They killed this man. Now his one of his cousins is one of the founders of Black Lives Matter LA, and she's been very vocal about it. I've seen a lot of stories on it. I've seen the video, and it is horrific. Now he doesn't die there on the scene. He dies at the hospital of cardiac arrest, but they're saying there's no reason for them to have tased him for a whole 30 seconds and then come back and tase him again after that. The video is gut wrenching. And like I said, when I watched this, I immediately thought to myself, I remember being a 31-year-old English teacher. And at 31, as an English teacher, I was fiery. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was running the world. I was running my campus and everything. And I know there's a certain militancy about you. I was militant. People say that I am now, but back when I was 31, I absolutely was militant. You couldn't tell me. Police tried to arrest me, I probably would have been tased and all of that stuff too. And but it's a another reminder of the genocide that's going on in this country with regard to those of us who have too much melanin, because they killing us, man or woman, girl or boy, or non-gender conforming members of our race of people, but they're killing us all. He literally, as he was being tased, said, "They're trying to kill me. They're trying to do me like they did George Floyd." He says that while they are trying to pin him to the ground and handcuff him and tase him at the same time. You can hear him saying that they're trying to do me like George Floyd. And it's so sobering to know that literally he died. Just not in the same manner, but he ends up dying at the hands of police, just like George Floyd died at the hands of police. It's a very sad commentary that we're not getting any better about this, that this presidential administration told us that, oh, we're gonna do criminal justice reform, and there's gonna be reformation in law enforcement. We're gonna pass the George Floyd criminal justice bill and stuff like that. Nothing. Nothing. And here's the deal. I'm gonna ask y'all if y'all notice something. This is how you know mainstream media is in bed with these with the White House and with these political parties. You notice how we were hearing about more cases of police violence and brutality from 2017 to 2020. I'm sorry, from January of 2017 to January of 2021. And now, since January of 2021, not that we haven't heard as many, but that consistent drip isn't as fast. Like we were during those 4 years, we were hearing damn near every other day. Here's another story. Here's another story. And even this story, which is in the largest city, it happened in the largest city in America. It hasn't even got a lot of traction. There has been no shortage of these things happening around the country. However, there's less of it being talked about in mainstream media. Hey, Volvo. Hey, Cookie. And I can't say that I don't believe that it's not because there's a narrative always trying to be built by mainstream media. They'd love you to believe that these things occur less than they used to. That ain't the case. They're just not reporting on them as much as they used to. We'll continue to report on it here, but that's a mess. In other sugar spiky news, since we're spiking the fuck out, let's go to the great state of Texas, governed by Governor Hot Wheels. Who is this man in the picture? I'm glad you asked. This is Texas high school football coach John Harrell. He's being punished because he thought it was a good idea as a football coach for a high school that he would force his players to do 400 push-ups in an hour, landing some of them in the hospital. Let me read this to you. Let me read this to you. There are lots of coaches in every sport that take punishing their athletes, the kids, too serious, and they often don't know when to let up. The latest example comes from Rockwell Heath in Heath, Texas, just northeast of Dallas, where head football coach John Harrell was placed on suspension after his punishment for his team went too far, according to the Dallas Morning News. Multiple players were hospitalized after a workout punishment last week required the players to do 400 push-ups. A Heath parent who didn't want to be identified because of fear of retaliation said her son has been hospitalized and diagnosed with rhab- rhabdomy, rhabdomyolysis, a stress-induced muscle disorder that can damage cells and cause kidney damage and even failure in severe cases. She said her son was forced to do 300 to 400 push-ups with no water breaks Friday. Two more Heath parents told the Dallas Morning News the students did more than 350 push-ups. One of the parents said it was during a 60-minute time frame. A Tuesday letter to a Tuesday letter sent by Rockwall Heath principal said several students, quote, needed medical attention and in some cases hospitalization, and that Harrell was placed on administrative leave while a third party investigates. The letter confirmed the incident occurred during an 8th period athletic class. Two Heath parents said at least 8 students were hospitalized, according to conversations they've had with other parents. The letter went out to say that at the beginning of Monday's athletic class, the campus athletic trainer advised student athletes to see the trainer should they experience any of the following symptoms: unable to bend or extend legs, unable to lift arms above head, dark urine, and sharp arm pain. The Rockwell ISD athletic director said that they are addressing the matter and are using a third party to investigate, and Harrell was placed on administrative leave while the investigation goes on. Here's my question. If one of those parents of those same boys, this is football in the great state of Texas, you could be damn Skippy, 80 to 90% of that team is black. We're just going to go ahead and put that out there right now. If a parent had their child hospitalized because they decided to punish their child by giving them 400 push-ups in an hour, that parent would be in jail for child abuse. So if a parent would be in jail for punishing their own child in this manner, why is this man not the fucking jail? Y'all need to help me understand that. I'll wait for y'all to help me understand that. If one of those parents did the exact same thing to their child, that parent would be in jail. Yet this young man is still allowed to not be in jail. He's on administrative leave. He's still getting paid. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on. I told y'all it's football. It's the whole plantation. Because Master here is going to inflict torture on his servants here, who he thinks didn't do what they told him to do fast enough. Now I wonder what the kids did. I don't even know what the kids did. But last time I checked, if you really wanted to punish the kids, could you just say, yeah, you're going to sit out this game, bruh? You know, going under there, I just told y'all about Generation Z. They ain't built like us, first of all. But yet and still, going on the days where you could be, a coach could tell somebody, I'm going to make you do suicides until you vomit. That's stuff that used to happen back in the day. Anybody who played organized sports back in the day, you know I ain't lying. Hey, really be. You know I ain't lying. Jason, you know I ain't lying. You make your coach mad, you're gonna be doing suicides until you vomit. And they meant that. And was not lying, you were vomiting. These ain't that those times no more. These we just Xavier just proved our point. These Generation Z kids ain't built the same way. Things that parents could get away with doing back in the day, they can't get away with doing now because they'll go to jail for child abuse. But magically, this man who thought it was a good idea to have high school football players do 400 push-ups in an hour, having kids go to the hospital, thought it was a good idea, and yet he's not in jail. I'm just saying. It's gonna get worse. I'm telling you, just prepare yourselves. This is our sugar spike segment. I'm sorry. I told you. And there's a scary go. If nothing else scared you today, that picture should do it for you. If nothing else scares you, I'm glad Quentin Central came here right at the perfect time. If nothing else scares you, that picture, that picture right there. I'm not trying to scare people this early in the day, okay? Who is that? That is Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Now she's come under fire, and now she's under investigation after encouraging children to volunteer for her reelection campaign. All right. So she has come under widespread scrutiny thanks to a questionable request she asked of Chicago public schools employees. Her campaign sought out hardworking young people, quote, hardworking young people to volunteer for 12 hours a week. The matter unfolded on Wednesday after teachers received an email asking them to encourage students to volunteer for Lightfoot's reelection campaign in exchange for class credit. Let me read that again for y'all, okay? Let me read this for y'all again. The matter unfolded on Wednesday after teachers received an email asking them to encourage students to volunteer for Lori Lightfoot's reelection campaign in exchange for class credit. Where's Really B? Please come out the bushes. Tell me if you got this email from your administrator, whether or not you would lose your damn mind. You can't tell a teacher, oh yeah, have your kids do such. First of all, teachers are very protective. We're very protective about our classroom. You ain't gonna tell us what we can and cannot do in our classroom. You ain't gonna tell us what we are not gonna get credit for in our classroom. We're really protective about that. And so for somebody to tell me, you want me to tell my kids to go and do some volunteer work for you and give them credit in my class? What fantasy world you living in? Girl, this is the mayor of the third largest city in these yet to be United States asking first of all, you picked the wrong teachers because Really B could tell you Chicago teachers about that. Like the Chicago Teachers Union ain't the one to be fucked up with. They're the ones who will let your ass know. They're the ones who invented fuck around and find out. Because Chicago Teachers Union will tell you, bitch, fuck around and find out. And they mean that. Girl, let me continue on. These emails have largely been attributed to Megan Crane, who's been identified as Lightfoot's deputy campaign manager. According to WTTW News, participants in the quote externship program would be expected to volunteer for 12 hours per week. We're simply looking for enthusiastic, curious, and hardworking young people eager to help Mayor Lightfoot win this spring. End quote. In a statement to WTTW, Lightfoot's campaign initially stated that the effort was designed to, quote, provide young people with the opportunity to engage with our campaign, learn more about the importance of civic engagement, and participate in the most American of processes, end quote. We should also add that on top of Chicago public school teachers, the email was reportedly sent to instructors at the city colleges of Chicago. Mama trying to get help from everywhere. Girl, this is so illegal. It's so illegal. In response to the public outrage, Lightfoot's campaign released a statement and acknowledged the quote contact with any city of Chicago or other sister agencies employees is off limits. All of Lightfoot for Chicago campaign staff have been reminded about the solid wall that must exist between campaign and official activities, and that contact with any city of Chicago or other sister agency employees, including CPS employees, even through publicly available sources, is off limits, period. This is a whole damn mess. This is so illegal. This is so illegal. This violates all types of ethics. Like, girl, as serious as I want to be about this topic, I can't help but look at this woman's forehead and be like, girl, how did you, who signed off on this? Because this woman, Megan Crane, did not act in a vacuum or a bubble. Who signed off on this and thought this was going to be a good idea? I mean, I'm just saying. This is a mess. A mess. A mess. I might even go with you asking for volunteers from the college, but you damn sure ain't doing that for no K through 12 kids. A mess. A mess. She's Bobo, do not start these people, because now these people go do 8,000 head jokes. You can't start these people off. You know it don't take much. Oh God, y'all know it don't take much for these people. Go get them started, Bobo. Let me move on before y'all get to, because I'm not gonna do this with y'all today. This is our first silly Saturday. We got to keep it in order. Keep it together. Oh God. Let's head on over to the next story. So if you follow TikTok, you probably at some point knew who this guy was. So let me give you this story. If you don't know, we'll tell you who he is. So this is a famous TikToker and social media guy known as Chef Way. His actual name is Wayman Wesley, but he goes by Chef Way online. Cranium and no comments. I'm not doing this with y'all. So Chef Way, cooks and makes food. It is Silly Saturday, so we are supposed to be silly. You're right, Patty, but let's keep it together. So he has come under fire for his remarks about dark-skinned women. All of those things on the right are previous comments. Previous tweets and things that he's had to say about black. Let me read this for y'all. If he was just a social media person, maybe he still will come under fire, but He is the assistant DA for the great city of Houston. We hitting all the big cities, okay? We done hit the largest city in the world. We done hit the in America. We done hit the third largest city in America. And now we're hitting the fourth largest city in America, Houston. Let's get right down to it. Wayman Wesley, the assistant DA, district attorney that is, in Houston, has somehow garnered the support of his office. Let me read that again, because y'all might not have heard that part. Wayman Wesley, the assistant district attorney in Houston, has somehow garnered the support of his office after a string of his past sexist and colorist tweets have resurfaced. Wesley made the post in 2015 and 2016, shortly before he became a part of the DA's office in 2021. Not only did they viciously attack Black women, but they were specifically directed at dark-skinned Black women. One post included cropping a dark-skinned Black woman out of a picture with a lighter-skinned Black woman and commenting that the former, quote, messed up the pic, end quote. Other tweets included, quote, dark-skinned hoes get no love from me, end quote. Another quote says, light-skinned women can do no wrong. Another quote says, all light-skinned goddesses deserve breakfast in bed this cold-ass morning. You dark-skinned hoes should be out shoveling. Those are some of the previous tweets. Sadly, there are more examples of his heinous remarks. One of the most disturbing was about the death of Sandra Bland, the Black woman who allegedly died by suicide in her jail cell 3 days after a traffic stop arrest in 2015. According to screenshots, he wrote, quote, if Black lives mattered to Sandra Bland, she wouldn't have taken her own life. I'm serious too, end quote. He still goes by Chef Way on Twitter. And he wanted to, he shared some popular recipes out and then apologized for his past comments, saying, quote, to those I've hurt with my past tweets that have resurfaced, I am deeply sorry. That was a moment in my life where I was sick in more ways than one. Cooking saved me. You have watched a flawed man heal. I will continue to heal and learn. Thanks for being along for the journey. That's what he tweeted out. I mean, there's so many tweets. I mean, the tweets have they've not stopped coming. There was one where he directed insults at a young Black woman who was in high school with him at the time, and it just goes to the fact that this is for him talking about, oh, he's changed. These things are deeply embedded in who he is, and if you expect me to believe that magically cooking saved you, yeah, because frying them wings just changed your whole ideology with regard to colorism, right? Just a mess. While that is sickening, here's an even more egregious part of it. Let me read this part. District attorney, who he works for because he's an assistant DA, Kim Ogg, believes that Wesley is a changed man and plans to keep him on her team. In a statement, she explained, quote, Wayman Wesley joined our office in March of 2021. We recently learned of the comments he made on social media posts nearly 7 years ago. These posts were inappropriate and offensive and do not reflect my values or those of the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Mr. Wesley has explained that these posts came during a period in which he was struggling with serial with serious personal issues, including alcohol addiction. Prior to joining our office, Mr. Wesley went through treatment and has worked with the State Bar of Texas to resolve his issues. His recovery is ongoing. I am a believer in second chances, and Mr. Wesley has conducted himself professionally since joining our staff. I am confident that will continue. End quote. But I just told y'all he has tweets going all the way back to high school. So you're telling me that the alcohol problem stemmed way back when he was in high school too? This is embedded in who he is. It's not about no alcohol, and cooking the chicken wings ain't helping either. I don't know. Let me look her up. Let me look her up. I'm almost willing to bet she's white. Hold on. Let me search Kim Og. That's OGG. Let me look images. And she is white. She's a white woman, an older white woman. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A mess. Because now, if I'm a dark-skinned black woman and he's sitting on the prosecution, how am I supposed to feel? How am I supposed, or even if he's representing me and I'm a dark-skinned black woman, how am I supposed to feel that he's, going to give me, a good case? I mean, like he's going to do right by me in terms of how he, does his job as a district attorney. Like, this presents at the very least a conflict of interest. Like, if you're going to be a district attorney, and I'm sorry, sir, you decided to be a district attorney. There's a whole lot of professions you could have did where you could have had your tweets and tweeted about, and nobody would care. But as a district attorney, where I need to know, and the citizens of the great city of Houston in the great state of Texas, governed by Governor Hot Wheels, they need to know and believe that you will represent them to the best of your ability, that you're not going to harbor these horrible, heinous thoughts about them, that you are not going to automatically think that they're guilty or automatically think that they deserve whatever punishment or whatever adjudication the penal system decides to throw at them. And this is coming from our own people. This ain't even the people descended from the Caucasus Mountain. These are our own people. A mess. A whole ass mess. And the fact that the DA's office said, oh, we believe him, everything good here, nothing to see, it's back to business as usual. Really? Just a mess. I told y'all it was serious today in the Sugar Spike moment. We got two more Sugar Spike moments. I told y'all the Sugar Spike segment was packed this week. It had a lot going on this week. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to give y'all all these Sugar Spike moments, but in our next Sugar Spike story, police in Philadelphia mistake a black PhD student for a robbery suspect in Texas. Hey, Montrez, let me say that again. Police mistake a black PhD student in Philadelphia for a robbery suspect in Texas. Taste the goddamn biscuits. This is profiling at its best. Julie Hudson, a PhD student from Philadelphia, was arrested by the police after being wrongly profiled as a shoplifting suspect. Hudson had gone down to the department to see why there was a warrant for her arrest and ended up behind bars with no explanation. Hudson, who is 31, was applying for a new job when she noticed Her background checks were reporting she had a criminal record. What she saw as an error, the report says, on January 5th, she went to um on January 5th, she went to the Philadelphia police station to inquire why she had a warrant. And once the officers found what she was talking about, she was placed in custody. The warrant was filed by police in Webster, Texas, who were looking for a shoplifter. Hudson had never even been to Texas. The woman had never been to Texas. Never even been to Texas. She was held in jail for 6 days. 6 days. Until the Webster Police Department found who the true suspect was after interviewing her sister. Another black woman with the same name was identified through surveillance footage. When the cops looked up all the Julie Hudsons of the world, they landed on the wrong one and identified her through social media. Now, let's be clear. Now, we know some black women out here with some real strange names. We know the Lasha Quantes of the world. We know the Shabambus of the world. We know all of them. Julie Hudson is a pretty common name. So y'all just gonna assume that this woman who lives in a whole nother time zone, who lives about 12 states away, is magically the same Julie Hudson, because there ain't no other Julie Hudsons between Webster, Texas and Philadelphia, right? Really? They had this woman in jail for 6 days. 6 days. First of all, if this is just shoplifting, y'all do a whole extraditions across 12 states for simple shoplifting? I'm just saying. Right. A mess. A mess. I hope she sues everybody. Sue everybody involved. Sue both police departments. Just sue everybody. This is a mess. But once again, this is why we talked earlier about the fact that we need some real criminal justice reform. We need a whole overhaul in criminal justice as well as law enforcement. A complete overhaul. Exactly. Birth, date of birth, social security number. Aren't y'all supposed to have all of this stuff? Like, a mess. Now that's about to make me spike out. And before I spike the hell out, let me move on from that story. Because see, I spike out. And I ain't trying to spike out right now. I'm not trying to spike out. I'm not trying to spike out. I'm not trying to spike out. In more, I think this is our last sugar spiky story. Let's go to Jason's great state of Arizona, who's fighting to get that third seat in the holy trinity of racism, discrimination, and bigotry. Arizona is fighting it out with North Carolina and Virginia because they will not be left out of the holy trinity of racism, discrimination, and bigotry. An Arizona prison is accused of inducing prisoners against their will. 3 women say they were induced. They had labor induced against their will while incarcerated at the Perryville prison in Buckeye, Arizona, according to news reports. The 3 women have come forward with serious allegations against Perryville prison in Buckeye, Arizona. According to the reports from the Arizona Republic, the 3 women were forcibly induced against their will before their due dates. It's worth noting that NavCare, which is the organization charged with care at the facilities, which took over the prison's health care contract in October, denied having a policy of forcing inductions. However, according to the Arizona Republic, which reviewed the women's medical records, all three women were induced before their due dates. Two of the women, Stephanie Pearson and Desiree Romero, were induced at 39 weeks in 2022, and Jocelyn Hefner, another woman who came forward, was induced at 37 weeks on two separate instances in 2020 and 2022, according to the Arizona Republic. Inducing labor before 39 weeks without a medical reason can pose serious health risks to the newborn, according to the research from the National Institutes of Health. The three women told the Arizona Republic that they were induced as a part of the Arizona Department of Corrections policy, not because of their individual health concerns. Quote, they said they induced everyone because they don't want anyone going into labor here. They just told me that someone on a different yard a few years ago went into labor in their cell and had their baby in the cell, and that's why they induce everyone now. End quote. Now listen, this NavCare organization has been forceful in their denial of the existence of this policy. This sounds about right. This sounds about right. Once again, we have Black women whose bodies are being just completely ignored, just completely disregarded. Because you know this is the Black and brown women that they're doing. You know that. This is the prison system. Come on now. Come on. Just because someone's a prisoner does not mean they don't have rights. Just because someone's in prison does not mean they don't have rights. When I read this story, it sounded so horrific to me. Just so horrific. Oh, dear God. But this is what y'all got going on in the great state of Arizona. They induced one woman's, one of the three at 37 weeks. Now, here's the deal. How many women did not come forward? How many women were probably induced even prior to 37 weeks that we just don't know about? A mess. A complete and utter mess. But this country has a horrible history with what they've done to Black women's bodies since we got here in 1619. We need a palate cleanser. Here we go. Let's do some hashtags and emojis. Put some hashtags and emojis. Take this moment. Now is a good opportunity if you want to donate to the channel. Now is a good opportunity to do that. Go ahead and put your hashtags and emojis while I take a sip of my coffee. As we cleanse our palate from our sugar spike segment. God of mercy, God of love, Lord. Hashtags and emoji time. Or if you'd like to make a contribution to the channel, now is a good time. Now is a good time, if you're enjoying yourself, to hit the like button, share the video out, make a contribution to the channel. We're all here for it. I'm not doing this with you, Xavier. I'm not doing this with you. Taste the biscuits, TJ. Oh, dear God. Unfortunately, on StreamYard, the emojis don't come out, but y'all see them in the chat. Y'all see them in the chat. Taste the biscuits. Yeah. Hashtags and emojis. Hashtag forehead. Oh, oh dear God. All right. Justice for IG Day. I did IG names for you last silly Saturday of 2022. Don't look at me crazy. All right. So it's time for my favorite segment in the year. What year do you think we'll be doing this silly Saturday? What year are you going to guess we will be doing for this edition of Silly Saturday? Thank you, MVN. Thank you for the Cash App. Xavier says 1976. MVN say 75. Little Baby say 2001. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Tracy says 72, 08, 1997. Hey, itty bitty. The year, y'all were close. 1977. We haven't done a year in the 70s yet. So, in the year of 1977. So that's our year. Let's see what was going on in the year 1977. You had the famous blackout in New York City. There was the blackout for, I think, 25 hours. There was a whole bunch of kids born in 1970. I mean, what year was that? What's the date on that? In 1978, there was a whole bunch of kids born after that blackout. Because when there ain't no lights, guess what you do? You fuck. I was not born in the year 1977. Mind you, Really B was probably 25 years old in 1977. I'm just saying. Shout out to my sis. Love you, sis. Anyway. Atari 2600 console was introduced to the world in 1977. Interestingly enough, so was the Commodore's system. Atari 2600. Oh, yes. Introduced to the world in 1977. Elvis Presley died. Moving on. The very first Apple II computer was also unsheathed on the viewing public in 1977. Roots, the much heralded award-winning miniseries Roots, debuted in 1977. LeVar Burton being one of the breakout stars from that, and that led him to becoming the host of the Reading Rainbow. Butterflies in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a Reading Rainbow. I can't go anywhere. Friends to know, ways to grow, a Reading Rainbow. I can't be anything. Oh, I done got all sidetracked. Sorry, y'all. Child, those 5 1/4 floppy disks. Xavier don't even know about old 5 1/4 floppy disk. Xavier will never know. He don't even know about the hard 3.5-inch floppy disk, much less the 5 1/4. You've never watched Roots? Oh wow. Oh wow, Xavier. I know you're a Generation Zer, but as a member of the black delegation. I need you to watch Roots. I also need you to make it through the Shaka Zulu mini series. Those are two series that are so great and so important. They were so good. The acting in them was so good. So many famous actors and actresses came out of Roots. But I would also recommend you watch the Shaka Zulu series because that's really good as well. All right. Here are the top grossing movies of 1977. Star Wars Episode 4, I've seen. I've heard of Smokey and the Bandit, never watched it. I don't think I've seen any of the other movies. I've not seen a single one. Oh, you watched Shaka Zulu? But I didn't like the fact that the white people had so much child. Actually, Shaka Zulu, the white people didn't start getting a lot of screen time till like the second half. Well, to that Wednesday episode. Because if you remember, as a little kid, when it came on Monday through Friday, 2 hours every day. And by that Wednesday episode, you start to see a lot more of the white people. But them first two episodes wasn't that much of them. Here are the top Billboard Top 100 songs of 1977. Some of these I know. Some of these, yeah. Xavier, you could come be a part of our family. We watch it every year during the 3-day family reunion. We start them. Okay, you got to start them young. Rescuers Down Under is better than Rescuers. Now here's the top from the back then they called them the black charts. But R&B from the R&B charts. Here's the top 21. Let's see. Float On is number 1. Natalie Cole, I've got love on my mind. Stevie Wonder, I Wish is a good one. Best of My Love by Emotions is great. It's a great song. You got the best of my love. Oh, oh. I'm looking at Tell Me Houston, Don't Leave Me This Way. Car Wash. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh, Easy by the Commodores. That's why I'm easy. Listen, number 15, Enchantment. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. I love Sunshine by Enchantment. I love that song. I didn't even know it came out in 1977. So I'm glad to know that when I did my research on this. However, that's one of my favorite songs of all time. Sunshine by Enchantment. When I put that one on, you can cancel Christmas. Love that song. Free by Denise Williams. Because I just have to be free. 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 You know, Denise Williams be singing. Gloria by Enchantment. Gloria. Gloria. Here's 22 through 35. My darling, darling baby. You know I love me some OJs. You're my feeling tender love. It's a good list, 1977. Listen, black music has always been great. Sir Duke. Oh, I love Sir Duke. Love Sir Duke by Stevie. If you're a musician, you love Sir Duke. Love Sir Duke. Casey and the Sunshine and George Benson. Remember, Whitney Houston's was a cover of George Benson. Whitney Houston's Greatest Love of All is a cover of George Benson. Oh, Heat Wave, Boogie Nights. Boogie Boogie night. Enchantment should be an unsung the entire child. The enchantments. Child. That sunshine was the deal. All right. Oh, we've had so much time, such a good time today, but it's time. It's about time for us to get out of here. But now it's time for your favorite part, our wonderful palette cleansers. We've had a lot of news today, a lot of sugar spikes today, a lot of ABCs today, and we must cleanse our palates before we get out of here. Jason, I thought about you. I might have two women. I might have two whole women's today. Chat. Palette cleansers. We're going quickly through the palette cleansers today. Quickly. Quickly. There you go, Jason. Don't say I look out for you, Jason. There you go. Never let it be said that I wasn't equal opportunity. Just saying. Oh. Go ahead and cleanse this good palette. Cleanse this good palette. She was pretty, wasn't she, Xavier? Oh. Hey. You know what? I'm not doing this with you, Tracy. I'm doing the best I can over. Okay? I'm doing the best I can. Yeah. I can't spend 5 minutes on each one. God. Oh. Do you see what I see? Leave that up for another second or two. Mm. There you go. There you go. You know what, Xavier? You can't have everything. Cannot have everything. I try to do the best I can with the good palate cleansers. Try to give the people what they need. Give the people what they need. I see that water dripping all over your body. Oh, listen, can I tell you, I examined this photo over and over and over to see the slide. You can see you can see if you look real hard the base of it, but that's all you can see. And it's really hard. Like you really have to blow it up. Child. She's a pretty girl. See, I had some dark skin, some light skin. I try to meet everybody where they at. I had a dark skin girl, I had a light skin girl, I had a brown skin girl. Don't say I ain't give you nothing, Xavier. I don't know where Xavier at. Just saying. It would not be said that I ain't give the people what they want. Would not be said we did not to give the people what they want. All right. I'm trying to think which is the last one. She's a pretty girl. Hey, girl. I don't even know which one. I think this is the last one. Yeah, I know that's the last one. Not a healthy version of Cash Dinero. What are you talking about? This one? I'm not doing this with you. You so wrong. That's our last one. That is our last one, ladies and gentlemen. And wait, what am I doing? Do that and do that. All right. We back. Listen, y'all. I hope that you enjoyed today's edition of Silly Saturday. Let me put my overlay back up. Hope that you enjoyed today's edition of Silly Saturday. If you could be so kind as to like the video, share it out, support the channel, and all of that good stuff. And thank you to those individuals. Some of you all have already sent the Cash App and supported the channel, and I'm greatly appreciative of that because y'all can be doing a whole lot of other stuff. And I want to say thank you because it does not go unnoticed, and I'm always appreciative of that. We about to get out of here. Y'all put some shondos in the chat, okay? I'm just saying. Put some shondos in the chat. Well, thank you. I'm glad I was able to do that for you, Cams. I'm glad. We always here to put a smile on y'all face, make you laugh, make you think, and make you learn. Let me say, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you all for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. Y'all, we about to get up out of here. Y'all have been great today, as always. And for those watching the replay, you got to come and do this live so you can be involved in the chat. These people over here are the real show. I'm the sideshow. But these people over here in the chat, they're the real show. And I thank you all for being fellow hosts with me. This year, we're going to try to have color commentators come up and do this with me, and they'll go through with me. The interesting thing will be having the color commentators not know what the stories will be and getting their real raw reactions to the stories. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll do some of that this year, and we'll have some fun with that. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go try and get me a couple hours of sleep. And I can't even do that because I got live that I got to do at 6 o'clock. The Ruthless panel will be at 6 p.m. today. I got to do some research on that. I can't even get no sleep like I want to. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out of here.